Vinted. You know what? Last year, I almost made a video saying how I dislike sourcing from Vinted. But I kept seeing people pick up this really cool like pairs of shoes, clothing, etc., flipping it on eBay for a profit. I thought, I haven't given this platform enough time of day. So I went back, I refined my searches, and now I've been giving it a bit more attention. I've actually been picking things up on Vinted to sell on eBay. Now, from the off, I just do footwear on Vinted, as many of you people do as well, because I find clothing can be a bit more of a nightmare. Typically, there are more flaws that you wouldn't necessarily see in the pictures, whereas with footwear, if one area is worn, then you can pretty much judge that other areas are going to be worn too. It hasn't backfired so far, and to be fair, with so many things being listed on Vinted at any one time, it is quite good to refine your search results. So before I get going with what I've picked up, I'll give you the sort of the ins and outs of how I use Vinted. So I've only got sort of 4 or 5 searches sort of saved. Typically Nike trainers, Asics, however you pronounce it, Converse, Adidas as well. But I find Adidas is a lot more, it's more of an enigma than Nike, because I really don't know which Adidas shoes sell well. From trying to sell them from like car boot sales and charity shops, they just, I find, do not have the same demand as Nike. So I kind of stay clear of those a little bit. Focus more on, say, football boots with Adidas. I think that's everything. I've also got saved searches for like buying for myself, and that's, you know, and that's fine. Just trying out pairs of shoes and stuff like that. But say Nike, Asics, Converse are my main 3. I'll dabble in like walking boots and stuff, but I find with walking boots they're going to be more priced up. And actually, that leads me on to a good point regarding pricing. Obviously, people are trying to get rid of things cheaply, or they're trying to get rid of things and get as much as or more than they would on eBay without paying fees. I'm going to gloss over that today because that's a separate video that I'm not going to make. But anyway, a lot of times it's people get rid of things for a good price. But you have to remember with Vinted, you pay the asking price, or if you send an offer and it's accepted, you pay that, plus the buyer's protection fee, which is typically like £1 for like stuff that's below like 15 quid. I think it's a percentage, but I'm not quite sure what it is. But it can be up to, I guess, £2 or £3 if you buy more expensive stuff. And also you pay the postage. Now, the good thing about Vinted is they've got a partnership with InPost. So postage to the local InPost locker is about £2.30. So not too bad at all. So with the item, you pay plus the buyer's protection fee plus the postage. It adds an extra sort of like £3.50 or so onto the price. So you've got to factor that into the profits. Now, from the off, buying from Vinted versus buying from, say, a car boot sale, the profit margins are probably going to be lower because you are typically paying up for the things that you're buying, right? But it's all there. It's all readily available in the palm of your hand. You haven't got to wake up early, even though I quite enjoy doing that. You haven't got to drive anywhere. It's all there. But I've never known a platform to have such competition. So before I get into it, a word of cautionary tale. It's addictive. Refreshing that screen, that pane, hoping that something great is going to pop up is really addictive. Hoping that something pops up for a good price that is in good condition, and it's very much knowing what you're looking at. If something pops up, say, I don't know, a pair of Nike, let's say like an interesting colorway of Air Force Ones, and a sought after Air Force One colorway, you might think, ooh, that's different. They have the product code visible in a photo, so you'll look it up. Now, by the time you've looked it up and maybe done an eBay comp, they might have sold if they're in that high demand. So you've really got to know exactly what you're looking at from the off, know what they're selling for on eBay, going by the price and going by what you're going to pay for, work out if there's enough profit margin in there for you, all within a space of a few seconds. And I mean this because some things can appear, you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, buy. You can click buy as fast as you can, click payment, check whatever, fast as you can, and it's sold. And it's so demoralizing. You think, oh my gosh, I was the fastest person ever, and yet you weren't quick enough. So that is a bit of it's a bit demoralizing when that happens, and it happens a lot. But there is enough to go around. And if you sat on Vinted all day, every day, I'm sure you can make a fairly decent turnaround. But I do not have that luxury. I'm on, I don't know, a couple of minutes here and there just to see what's about. Of course, certain times of the day are going to be busier than other times of the day. Certainly, the dead of night, there might be the old thing listed, but I say late afternoon is when, things go crazy. The weekends are typically a bit busier. But then again, you've got more competition, looking for the same things that you are, Anyway, that's enough of a ramble. I'll show you what I picked up, what I paid for it, and hopefully what I can get for it on eBay. Now this is going to be a sort of multi-part video within one video, if that makes sense. I've got things that I've ordered that are either in the in-post locker or they're sort of coming my way. These first 3 things I've bought before I had the idea for this video. There'll then be a second part where I show you, well, you might be able to see them there actually, 3 more pairs of shoes, and then probably another 1 or 2 parts after that for like subsequent pickups. Get my tongue in. So yeah, it's going to be a multi-part video, but it basically just shows the sort of things that I am fortunate enough to be picking up. And I'll probably tell you about sort of how often they're on, how long they were on there for as well, because yeah, honestly, you've got to be so quick with Vinted. Certainly with Nike shoes, I find they get snapped up. I guess it's probably one of the most popular search results, or searches, I guess you could say. Nike shoes, and anything that isn't a battered pair of white Air Force Ones, or like a basic running shoes, or oh gosh, what else is there? Just like Nike SB stuff doesn't seem to do as well. Man, there are just prying eyes, prying fingers, just fixated on the screen. If you think you're alone, look at these things. Nah, there are many people, like-minded people, all jumping for the same prize. Anyway, with that being said, I'll show you what I got. So I think these were the first pair of shoes I picked up purely to resell on Vinted. Say before Christmas, I just never really gave it a chance. Wasn't really sort of using the search results to my advantage. And to be fair, the video that sort of struck a chord with me was Adam at the Flip Rooms video on Vinted. I thought, if I apply a similar approach to my searches, maybe I'll have better luck. And it's helped. So sorry for the increased competition, but it really did help me out. So, okay, so the first pair of shoes I bought to resell on eBay are these Asics GT2000s. These retail at about £100, I believe. They are a slightly older shoe. They are from 2016, but they are in lovely condition. And as I said before with running shoes, condition is everything. You don't want to be buying, well, you're not going to get top dollar for a worn pair of running shoes. So one of the tactics I use on Vinted is if there's not a picture of the sole, I'm not bothering. Doesn't matter if it looks like an absolute bargain. Shoes can look fantastic on top, but they can often be adverse wear on the soles. That's not Vinted or eBay. It's not worth the risk. It's just not worth the risk. Vinted can be a bit of a risk. The photos that sellers give aren't always particularly good. They might just show the tops. They might not even show the info label. It might just be a couple of photos, and you've really got to sort of use, I guess, common sense to decide, is that a risk worth taking? Sometimes it pays off, and this next pair sort of testifies that. But you've got to be a bit careful. I haven't been stung yet, but I know down the line I probably will be, just being a little bit over exuberant, maybe just buying things without checking it, because it is such a good purchase. But it all comes with the experience. Like I said, GT2000s. So I'll put a screenshot in here. I think these were £8, and then so buyer protection and postage, so what, £11.50. I think I got these listed up for £40. So I'll probably take 35. So 11.15 to 35. That's fine. It's about a tenner profit after tax and fees. The only thing is they will need a pair of insoles. That was made clear in the listings. That's not a problem. But yeah, that was a good start. So yeah, I've got this listed. Hopefully it won't take too long to sell. Oh, and they're a UK size 10 as well. Yes, so nice big size. That's good. Again, sizing, I do tend to sort of steer towards the larger sizes. I just find smaller sizes fine for picking up at a car boot sale. But when you're paying a bit more on Vinted, I'd rather stick to larger sizes. Anyway, despite what I said a minute ago about photos and condition, whatever, these popped up. And I'm going to show the screenshot of the listing, I guess you could call it now. That was it. There were 2 photos. There was, I'll show you, a pair of leather Converse. There was a grainy photo of sort of like the top, and then there was a photo of the sizing label, which is a sort of just a flappy thing there. That was it. They were listed as satisfactory. What were they, £2? I thought, I'll risk it. I'll risk it. It's like a £5.50 all in. If it goes Pete Tong, it's not the end of the world. And they turned up, and they are absolutely, I'm not saying immaculate, but they are in superb condition. Like barely anywhere to the sole. A little bit of mud, but that's by and by. Say, just incredible. So that was a very, very lucky purchase. Again, could have gone very, very wrong. Could have been, there's a bit of wear to the heel, but not too much. They could have had a cliff edge at the back. The soles could have been completely smooth. Yeah, I got lucky there. Got really lucky there. Say, is it £5.50 all in? I think I've got those up for £35 plus postage. Again, I'll sort of take high 20s, 30s, something like that. UK size 7.5, so nice unisex size. Yeah, leather Converse. Converse, I do like selling Converse, but I will say on Vinted, common colours, white, red, black, navy. I only bother with high tops. For the amount that they're being listed for on Vinted, great if you buy them for yourself, but when you factor all the sort of whole sort of price in versus what you can get for it on eBay, not really worth it. So I typically only look for more desirable colourways, which again are few and far between and often snapped up very fast. Bigger sizes, but also probably I won't pay more than a £5 plus the postage plus whatever, just because at the end of the day, the amount you're going to get isn't going to be worth the investment, just for me anyway. So that's those. So yeah, risk paid off, but next time it might not. And lastly for this section, I got a pair of Adidas Predators. Now, again, they weren't listed very long. I think I pretty much just pressed buy without really looking at them, but they're good. They are fortunately in good condition. So these were, I can't think now, I think these were a tenner. Plus the postage. So they are the Adidas Predator Edge 0.3, I believe. So I've lost touch with Predators. Now there are sort of points, like 0.4 is like the low tier, 0.1 is like the premium one, right? But there are so many different Predator models. There are really low end Predators that really probably aren't worth selling at all. These are sort of like they're not the bottom rung, but they're like the one up from the bottom, I believe. But lovely shoe. These are a UK size 11, I believe. Yeah, they're a nice size, lovely condition, to be fair. So what would I pay? About £13.50 all in, something like that. And I got those up for 40, I believe, which seems to be about the going rate. So that's okay. So yeah, again, 14 quid, 13, 14 quid into 40. That's fine. Like, honestly, that's absolutely fine, given I'm not paying petrol or parking fees or whatever. Or parking fees, like, yeah, whatever, parking. So that's that. So yeah, not a bad start. But say I'm not a prolific Vinted user. Not sure why I'm doing that. I'd say I'll go on now and again when I'm feeling the need to. It is a bit of a stampede. It really is, certainly towards the sort of busy times of the day when stuff is being listed regularly, but competition is high, man. And if you're not first, you're last. And sometimes you can't even think. You can't even scroll through the pictures. You've just got to go buy and just hope it's fine, which is a risk. But if you bother to check and then perhaps do research or look up eBay comps, they are going to be long gone, long gone. So biggest top tip is just learn your shoes or whatever you look for. And to be fair, as a sort of side note to that, it's been an incredible learning experience. So I've learned about so many new pairs of shoes that I was otherwise sort of unaware of. Even if something pops up, I'm thinking, that looks okay. I'll just anticipate it selling to someone else, which is fine. But if it does sell quickly, I'll know that it's something to look for in the future. So using it as a learning experience, learning about different colorways and sort of variations of various shoes, just to get an idea of what is desirable currently and what is worth looking out for. Not just on Vinted, but say at car boot sales and maybe say charity shops as well in the future. So yeah, it's a great learning tool as well. So I would now recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it before Christmas, so not for sourcing, but yeah, it's been alright. Okay, part one of this video, I've got 3 Vinted parcels to show you. Because they're coming like in like dribs and drabs. We've had the new year, people are sending stuff out in, you know, whenever it suits them. So, and to be fair, where I've got to pick them up from is a bit out of the way. So if I can do multiples at the same time, I will. I don't want to like, oh, one's come in, right, I'll go and get it, then come back, then go and get another one. It's just, yeah, I'll try and get them in clumps. But I've got 3 to show you, hopefully before I lose the light because it's getting on a bit. So, let's do this one first. Now, if you've bought from Vinted, you'll know that packaging really varies. Sometimes you get a really well packaged thing. Other times you'll just get like a bin bag and they're like really squished in. If you've used InPost, you know the smallest InPost locker, that was in that. And I had to like really like drag it out. So I don't know what condition they're going to be in. I believe they're a pair of Nike AstroTurf shoes, which I don't typically pick up. But they were like £2.50 and they look to be really, really good condition. And if they are as they are, it should be hopefully like about 20 quid, which isn't amazing, but it's something. I needed a bit of a boost that day. So let's see if I can actually, given their due, they're actually fairly well packaged. We've got a nice packaging bag, and we've got a fragile tape, word up, and then we've got a nice carrier bag, which I think I'm going to have to just destroy, but oh god, not trying to cut through the lace. Okay, here we go. So my £2.50, and again, I probably wouldn't normally pick these up, but I'm just experimenting. We've got a pair of, here we go, Nike AstroTurf shoes. Need a bit of a wipe down, that's okay. UK size 8, so not an amazing size, but there's barely any wear to the soles. That's what drew me in. I thought, actually, they should be alright. Say, a bit of a wipe down, and they'll do alright. So, yeah, they were £2.50 with the postage and the buyer protection fee. I think I'm in about, just over a fiver, like £5.20, something like that. So, I can get 25 quid for them, which I think is doable. 20-25. Give me a bit of a smell. Yeah, happy with them. So, I probably wouldn't pick them up again. I don't know, I just sort of fancied buying something just to see how well they do. So that's those. We'll see how well they do. If they do crap, then I won't bother again. That's kind of how I'm going to play it. So that was that. Now, but these are probably, hopefully my better purchases recently. So already you can see, look, they've used a box. It's a great start. I've dropped my scissors, haven't I? Come on. There we go. Right. So they've used a box. Already a great start. So let's see what condition they're in. Again, I've got to be careful here. I don't want to cause damage, but I'm going to be. I think I know what these. I think these. Yeah, I know what these are. So again, mostly Nike, however you pronounce it. I'll discuss in a different part my sort of tactics to Vinted while I sort of faff around opening this. But just as a repeat myself, I typically stick to Nike, Asics, Converse. What else do I do? Adidas a little bit, but I don't find Adidas sell as well as Nike's on the whole. So I've got no idea about most Adidas shoes. So I'll learn. Oh, look at that, an actual box. I mean, fair play. So they put a bit of time and effort into this, which is good to know. Right, these are. I can't remember exactly the model name. These are a pair of Air Force One soles. I've forgotten what they're called. The SF boot, something like that. I think they're legitimate. I hope so. So these were. What were these? I think these were a tenner plus buyer protection plus postage. So let's say £14.50. Typically the postage plus the buyer protection is about £3.50. They've got a lovely like zip to the rear, which is different. Oh, twin zip, look at that. Crikey. Yeah, so interestingly the printing label isn't the usual white square, it's that. I'll put some proper name in here, but I'm happy with them. What size are they? They're not my size, are they? No, UK size 10, so a bit small for me. I'm a 13, would you believe? So, well, 12/13. But they're pretty good. I think I was hoping they do about 50, something like that. I don't know, maybe a bit more. Say again, bit of a wipe down, but they should say a bit of a clean to the soles. But yeah, really happy with those. And again, that was literally, they appeared. I don't think I even looked them up. I just thought they look cool. Buy. And I find a lot of Vinted, if you don't do that instant purchase, there's going to be other people who will instead. If you take time to research what they are, and then maybe learn eBay comps, by the time you've done all that, they would have already sold. So it really does pay to have that knowledge already ingrained in your head, like knowing what sells, what they sell for, and how much profit margin you want to make. So that's that. But I think these are probably my favourite purchase. And as you can see, incredibly packaged. Oh god, I'm pretty sure it's a double bin bag wrap. If they'd only used a single bin bag, they would have been toast. I have no idea what that postage stands for. So, like I say, I mean, you can buy a great pair of shoes. They could be terribly packaged. This is not eBay, unfortunately. This is, I mean, okay, they have used bubble wrap, so that's something. Can you tell what it is yet? Oh no, I can't say that, can I? You can't say that phrase anymore, due to a certain individual. These were sort of not a knee-jerk purchase, but I had to be quick. So I hope these are legitimate. I think so. So these ones were 15 quid. They are, of course, a pair of Air Force Ones. I don't normally buy Air Force Ones because most of the ones you see are white, and I find white ones don't sell at all. It sounds stupid, but there's so many on there on eBay. There's just no point buying them because by the time you've bought them, they just sit around. Anyway, these are a bit different. So these are the again, I'll put the full name in here. They're a UK size 11, so a nice big size. Bit of creasing to the front, that's not a problem. So like I said, these were 15 quid plus the buyer protection fee. But because these were the first item the seller sold, I basically got free postage. So £16.50, I believe, all in, which sounds like quite a lot. But these are, I don't know how well this is going to pick it up. It's the Have a Nike Day edition, which I believe corresponds with the Sneaker Day, some sort of like special promotional day where sneakerheads get together and buy shoes. So these are one release from that day, I believe, and there are quite a few different sort of Have a Nike Day designs, I guess, colorways. So that sort of smiley face with the Nike tick. You can get white ones with that on the side, and there's all sorts. But just to stop my waffling, I'll put some comps in here of similar shoes and what they go for on eBay. I was like, whoa, okay. And somehow I managed to look them up, obviously research it quickly, and they were still available. That hasn't happened over the last few occasions. So, yeah, super happy to get that. I say a few creases to the front. I'm not too worried. They seem legitimate. The label looks good. Condition is as it was in the photograph, so super happy with those. Super happy. Yeah, that's probably my best purchase to date. So yeah, awesome. Right, before I lose the light again, got 4 more Vinted parcels to show you. Now I made this the last part because otherwise this video is going to be far too long. So yeah, let's just get on with it. Good old Tesco bag wrapping these together. As you can see already, they are a pair of football boots. These were, I'll put a screenshot in here. I think these were a £5. I enjoy selling football boots. I've mentioned a couple of times that when I first started reselling, in my infinite wisdom, cough cough naivety, that I only wanted to sell football boots. Well, they don't come around that often at the car boot sales and charity shops, but on Vinted they do. So here they are. These are a pair of oh gosh, I can't think of the full title. They're Nike Air Zoom something. I'll put the title in here. They are only a UK size 7, but they are a decent football boot. Where's the tag? There he is. Just checking they're all right. Yeah, seems to be fine. So need a bit of a clean, but that's okay. So well, yeah, paid a £5, so I think it was like £8.50 all in. hopefully about 35 for these. They are a smaller size. That might hold them back a little bit, but hopefully, yeah, they're sort of like nice enough to sell fairly quickly. But so football boots are probably the only sort of style of footwear where I will pick them up in a really small men's size. Otherwise, I barely bother. So that's those. Let's do. These actually came to my house. These weren't. These are impost, but they were like Royal Mail impost. So I didn't realise that those ones do go to the address rather than the locker. But anyway, we will see what these ones are. I can't actually remember what these ones were. Oh, okay. So, pair of A6 gel cameras. To be fair, these are not in good condition, are they? Look at that. I'll have to double check the photos. This could be my first bummer post. They have been well worn. I will double check the photos. I don't think I can sell those, to be honest. Yeah, they're pretty knackered. I mean, like, probably stick them on auction and see where we go, but for the amount I paid, yeah, I'm not sure why I bought those, to be honest. they are, yeah, they're done. There is no way you're gonna get much use out of them. Why did I buy those? Oh. What? I knew it would happen at some point. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the trick of the light. Oh well. It's fine. It happens. But yeah, must be more careful next time. Oopsie. Otherwise, they would have been quite a good shoe. But no, they are absolutely spent. Right, nice bit of packaging paper for this next one. The trials and tribulations of Vinted packaging. Ooh. They sent them in a boot bag. Hopefully they aren't head. Like I said, another pair of football boots. These need a bit of a clean, but apart from that, they're pretty good. So, again, the sock means a lot, doesn't it, with Nike and other brands. So these are the, again, I'll put the title in here, Mercurial something Academy. I'm not quite sure. So need a bit of a clean. Knew that in the pictures. How much did I pay for these? I can't remember. I want to say £7 plus the other bit, so just under a tenner all in. Lovely big size. These are a size. These are an 11. Yeah, UK size 11. Nice big men's size. Original laces. That's all good. Say just need a bit of a scrub up. That's okay. Do like cleaning shoes in a weird way. Again, about £35 I'd say for those plus postage. There or thereabouts. So yeah, once I clean them up, should be looking pretty good. So good. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? I still don't know why I bought those living Kayanos. I don't know. One of those things. In fact, my phone gone. Let's look up. I'm gonna look up live on the video. See how much I paid for them and why I bought them in the first place. Was it those? No, it wasn't those ones. That's good because they were a tenner. Those £4 I paid. Why did I? Oh, dude, this was one of my risks. This was one of my risky buys. I'll tell you why. So here they are. So they look alright. So no rips in the mesh, and then sides look grubby, but that's not too bad. So rears fine. Again, a bit grubby. There are no sole pictures. That's the only sole picture I've got. I've gone against my own rule and it's backfired. Nightmare. So what's that? 4, 5, like £7. Well, that's £7 I'm not getting back, that's for sure. Could have been worse, but I mean, yeah, from the side they don't look too bad. And to be fair, the heel tread isn't bad at all. But the front, it's like they've been doing blooming mountain climbers on the step machine for ages. Yeah, real disparate, not disparate, real change in wear. Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, before this video gets too long, last one. Look, it's come in a box. A box. Unbelievable. Again, don't know what these are. Can't remember. Oh wow. It's coming in an A6 box. A6 box. I'm hoping these are A6 there. Open. Oh, right. Okay. These are a bit better. As you can see, need a bit of a clean, but the tread is good. So these make up their original box. Maybe? I don't know. 1193A135. No. So different box, but look. These can send them out now. These are A6, of course. They're a UK size 12. These are called the Meter Ride, something like that. The RRP of these is about 160 quid. A really sort of high-end running shoe. Sort of on running Hoka type, shoe, equivalent from Asics. There we go. So Meter Ride. These were a tenner plus all the other bits. So where are we? £14.50 all in. Need a bit of a clean. That's fine. Like I said, much better than that last Asics pair I showed you. No rips of the upper mesh areas. No real scuffs to the plastic, which is good. Laces are intact. Insoles are good. Much better. Much better. I'd be tempted to keep these, but I've got running shoes already. Actually, they're a UK size 12. I'll try them in a minute. I don't know what these go for, but I'm hoping if I can get them looking really good, like really good, I reckon I can push like 60 for those, I hope. Not the sort of shoe that sells that often on eBay, but then not the sort of shoe that kind of appears that often. So yeah, didn't know what they were initially, had to look it up. But unlike Nike, Asics shoes don't like fly out the door. They sort of sit around a little bit for the most part, because it's not overly obvious what they are just looking at that, So really happy with those. That's more than made up for the other pair. And yeah, lesson learned. If there's not a sole picture of the whole sole, I'm not bothering, because that can happen. They can look fine on the outside, a bit grubby, that's fine. But that, what a bummer. Lesson learned. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there, because otherwise this video is going to be super long. So that is my Vinted sort of experience so far. A couple of, well, no, actually, there's one mistake. That's fine. Not going to make it again. But on the whole, I'm really happy. So some of these shoes need cleaning. That's fine. Don't mind doing that at all. But for the most part, yeah, I'm pretty chuffed. Certainly with those ones. Really chuffed with those ones. I mean, I'm intrigued to see how well these Air Force One SF do as well. So, of course, I'll let you know in due course in a sort of sales video. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you can still see me, it's pretty dark. But yeah, if you have liked this video, please do like, comment and subscribe. Something a little bit different to my normal videos, but hopefully I can do a few more of these going forward, because I am looking at sourcing from Vinted much more into the future. So on that note, thank you again, and until next time, I'll see you then. Goodbye.